Здравейте, приятели, започва Zoom с мен Vanchella. До мен е Fedde Грант, който тази вечер ще излезе на сцената на Top 100 DJ турнето. Hi, how do you feel to be again here in Bulgaria?
Awesome, actually. I just love this place. So yeah.
I know you travel a lot, so are you notice any difference between the audience here and other countries?
Well, I think, over the years, I think the difference between countries have become smaller, but I think the main difference from me here is, this is seriously one of the few countries where I can still do like a 6 or 7 hour set. That's almost not possible anywhere else. So that's why I have like a super special, connection I do every summer, and I do the club here every now and then, and it's really one of the few places where you can play that long, which is awesome.
And you love that?
I love that, yeah.
You have some new releases, Tales for Tomorrow and Feeling. Can you tell me more about those songs?
Well, yeah, I mean, Tales of Tomorrow is actually an interesting story because the record is almost a year old, or a year and a half, almost, but we were looking for the right vocal, and it just took a really long time, and since Dimi and Mike are really busy, and I'm really busy, just kind of, it was a little bit of a slow process, but I'm super happy with the end result, so, I'm just super proud of the whole record, so yeah.
You also shoot a video for this record, right?
No, actually, we are both not in the video. It was done on a separate location because we didn't have time, or we couldn't find something in the schedule where we could both be there at the same time. But I was shooting a video just for my new record, which is out in about 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah, nice. And can you tell me what are the changes in music industry from the days you start your career to nowadays?
Oh, so many. I mean, I mean, even before I started doing this, I mean, you see, just about every 2 or 3 years, you see a new style or a recycled style coming up, and it kind of like changes, and usually it gets harder, and then it goes softer again, and right now we're, everything is back to more housey stuff, which I think is really cool. So I'm actually quite happy with the changes at the moment, because I think it was about time to, do something interesting again and do some, new stuff. So I'm happy with the way things are right now.
All right. What do you think about the collaboration with artists, with different musicians, or maybe pop stars?
Well, I don't really, the main thing for me is just, a good song is a good song, and it shouldn't really matter if it's a famous person or a non-famous person, I think it's just important that you try to make a good song. And sometimes when something in general gets really commercial, people are, how should I say this politely, start to work in formulas, and I think that's not a good thing. I think you should always do, something that complements someone's voice, and I think it shouldn't really matter what. You should just go with the music instead of thinking of, okay, I always make this, so I have to make this again. I think it's just important to be creative and do whatever you think is good.
That's more important. So what will come for you next after this Top 100 DJs tour?
Well, actually, this is, I mean, usually I take January, February off to do a lot of studio stuff, which I just did. I'm almost finished my album. I think I have about 2 or 3 more tracks to go, which is great. Yeah. And usually the real season starts again in Miami, so these are the first things, which is kind of nice, to get back into the flow, and and I'm actually looking forward to the whole new year. I mean, I've got so much new music coming, which is great, and I'm looking forward to the album. And I just started a new concept called Grand. We just did 6 shows in Holland, and was, everyone really loved it. So I actually can't wait to tour around with the whole concept.
Tell me a little bit more about your album.
Well, I chose to do a pretty much full vocal album, and I think the great thing about an album is that you can do stuff that people expect from you, but on an album it's easier also to do stuff that people might not expect from you. So, and I met some amazing people, like Julian Peretta, who did Tales of Tomorrow. Mozella, for instance, is an amazing female vocalist. It's a little bit of everything, It really goes from housey stuff to, more the progressive stuff. So,
Do you search for the vocals by yourself?
Well, it's me and my I have a day-to-day manager at my office, and we both do all the emails. But I think it's really important that sooner or later I have contact with the artists themselves, because you kind of speak the same language. So sometimes she gets a recommendation or someone approaches us. So then the first contact is through my manager. But in the end, I always make sure that at least I email with someone or phone with someone. And I prefer actually to have someone in the studio, because it's easier to make a connection than over the internet.
Do you have any hobbies?
I do actually, but I don't have that much time anymore. So I used to do martial arts a lot, which I still do a little bit every now and then when I have time. And I like video games. But that's it's something that's easy, and when I have a little bit time left in the day or whatever, I can just game a little bit, which is great.
To relax. Okay, I have one more request for you to give me 2 IDs. One is for The Voice TV.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Fedde, you're watching The Voice TV, and the